I'm the art teacher here at Gainsborough Primary School, and I've been here about a year and 4 months. And I teach from nursery to year 6, and all the students in the school, I teach them art once a week for an hour.
How would you describe the pupils who come here? What sorts of kids are they?
Very, very diverse from all different types of backgrounds. No two children are the same at our school. I think if you were to use the traditional labels, there are some traditionally middle-class children. I think like a new class of children who don't necessarily have the most money in the school or the poshest, but have a really interesting cultural background and have been to galleries and have experienced things that maybe traditionally the middle classes would have experienced. I only know probably the last 20 years of history in this area, but I know that for a long time artists have been here and used East London as a base. So I think that is quite well established. When artists have children, they tend to take them with them to the places that they inhabit as well. So I think that's such a good thing for the children to experience.
And is it a good thing for you to experience as an art teacher? Does it make your job more interesting here?
Yeah, well, yes, it definitely is, because when we have some really interesting conversations when I put an image on the board, because there's such a wide range of backgrounds, some children see different things in that image that I would never have seen myself, or have a link that they've made maybe because they've seen an exhibition, or their parents' work is like that, or they might have seen one of their parents' friends making like that, or some graffiti on the wall outside the school, and they can make those links. And I'm from Leeds, so my experience was completely different, kind of quite provincial, and a lot of these children have a lot of things to tell me about art.
That's rather lovely, isn't it? Can you think of an example?
Well, I put a piece of work by Basquiat. Now, if you'd have asked me when I was 7 about Basquiat's work, I wouldn't have had a clue. It wasn't like anything I'd seen before. But a lot of the students had seen artwork in that style, not necessarily Basquiat, but that kind of graffiti mixed with high art, kind of that type of way of looking at things, and they could unpick and see things in the image that I didn't necessarily have seen. So the symbolism and the way of layering images as well, they've seen that before, because like over-painted graffiti has that kind of effect. So they would say, as when I said, where do you think this artwork belongs, they said some really interesting things like about, oh, I've seen stuff like that outside the school, whereas I would never have said that. I'd have probably said, is it in a gallery or maybe in a museum, not having that experience of it firsthand.
Was it something that made you apply for the job, the artistic reputation locally, or not?
I think so, because before that I was in a secondary school in Welling in South East London. It was an art school and we had 10 art teachers. It was great, but I wanted to challenge myself and see if some of those ideas that we were exploring there could be brought into primary education. And I thought that Hackney Wick, being so close to all these things, would be the perfect place in which to do that. The challenges I faced with it is that these things have to be well embedded, I think, and I'd come to that thinking that I could speed up that process, but you can't really do that because everything has to be well embedded, and you need to do things over a long period, I think, to properly make a change.
Do you feel that you know the area quite well now?
Not as well as I could, I think, because I'm very, very busy and this has taken over. So I tend to get off the train, come here, at the end of the day, really tired. In a perfect world, I would have time to properly make links in the area.
What do you think the kids' attitudes to work is?
They definitely see an artist as, you know, it as a job that they could do, and they see it as a role that is accessible to them, and didn't have that at Welling at all. At the school we tried to promote learning from mistakes and that kind of perseverance and resilience that you do need when you go out into employment.